Welcome back to the Eastern Odyssey Tournament Expert Division. This is the qualifying round, hole number one shot. Before we get into that, if you aren't subbed to the channel, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ring the little bell. You'll get notified every time I go live or post new content. Help me grow the channel. I sure would appreciate it. Also, as you can see to the left, if you're looking to get your hands on some great tournament guides, you can find those patreon.com/gcfinzo. We offer expert and master guides. If you want to make some donations to the channel, become a member. You can find those links in the description of the video. Being a member of the channel gets you access to dialing in streams, shot creation streams, and other members only perks that can be very beneficial to your game. So for hole number one, we're going to be playing a Grizzly rough bump. We're going to use a Kingmaker Centurion here. So P3, side spin, 3+, wind, 3+. We're setting up at the 0, the top of the 0. APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 1/3 of the white ring into the left rough. APOC 7 is white ring touching the left rough. And APOC 8 is white ring just off of the left rough. All at the top of the +0. APOC 4, you'll be starting at the +6, and you'll have to just mimic the ball guide. Generally speaking, you'll be at the top of the +6, and you'll probably have about half your white ring into the left rough for APOC 4. 4 top spin, 3 right spin, P3 +10% max, no curl, no OP, and take note of your drive yards. We're going to use those to get slider values for our approach shot, right? .351 on that drive. The approach shot, there are some wind angles, and you're going to have to add to your adjustment as needed for wind angles, because the more crosswind angle requires less of an adjustment than the headwind angle, right? And so as you get more headwind to your shot, you're going to need to add more to the adjustment. The crosswind, or the base adjustment for the approach shot, is P4 numbers plus 70% at slider. We're using 1 right spin, 0.3 back spin. We're going to have the red ring touching the fairway and the ball guide going through the center of the cup with spin added, right? Then turn and get your pull angle lined up. Now this one, because it's such a large drop in elevation, and because we're having to play such high numbers here, it is very pull angle dependent, right? So if you pull this too much 59, you'll probably miss it right. If you pull this with too much 01, you'll probably miss it left. It's just very touchy because there's so much working against the shot that any minor changes, by the ball make a big difference by the hole, okay? But wind angles, and you can't even really see all of the wind angles that we're getting in this one, because this one is kind of like extreme crosswind where I'm into the cliff up here. But the only thing we really have for references is these rocks and the beach in the background. And although this picture doesn't show all of them, basically the crosswind angle, if you look, there's a little light spot here just above the beach line. That's going to mark our crosswind angle, right? Anything this way is crosswind. And then if we slide over to the left a little bit, there's kind of like a little cove here, right? That is going to make our second line. This will be our neutral angle. And then over here, That's our headwind angle, which you can barely see in this picture. So it's like this, right? If you're in the crosswind, if you have 8.2 or lower, minus 0.1 from the adjustment. 8.3 or higher is no change, crosswind. Neutral, 8.2 or lower is add 0.2. 8.3 or higher is add 0.3 to your adjustment. And if you're in the headwind, 8.2 or lower is add 0.4. 8.3 or higher is add 0.5 to your adjustment. Now, like I said, it's very pull angle dependent. So those are the suggested tweaks that are kind of working for me, but it depends on how you pull it, how you adjust your numbers compared to me. You might pull lighter or heavier than I do. You're just going to have to practice it a couple of times, see what you need to do, make some minor adjustments, but this as a base shot will get you either in the hole or very close. So it shouldn't take a whole lot for you to get some drops here, but it's a tough hole, but a tough wind. So definitely recommend, a few practice shots here. Always pull it straight with a slight 1159 flicker. That's how I'm pulling it. You're going to have to do what works for you, but that's what's working for me. And if you get everything to go your way, you'll hit the rough nicely, roll out at a good speed, and hopefully drop this one for the eagle. So drive yards to slider are as follows. 350 is going to be 74% slider. 351 will be 72% slider. 352 is going to be 70% slider. 353 will be 68% slider. 354 will be 66% slider. And then 355 is going to be 64% slider. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop. See you on the next one.